though, to be honest, I would appreciate a more faithful Batman. I know he's young, as
Hmm.
Chris has stated many times in the past, but the idea of Batman is when you. I think to me, the best version of Batman I've ever seen, apart from the comics, is the animated series. It's because
Hmm.
Batman's presence makes you shit your pants. He doesn't have to jump out of the shadows, attack you. Just walking in front of you from the walking in front of you in the shadows, you're like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I've done
Hmm.
something bad, and this guy is going to get me. Um,
Like in a documentary on Batman on the History Channel, is it
I saw that too.
Batman basically looks like a demon,
Yeah,
but he's on our side.
he's the idea of turning a negative into a positive, turning
Hmm.
evil into
Fear into something you can
yeah,
use.
definitely. I actually like that history. They did it. People that don't know what we're talking about, there was a history documentary on Batman, on the psychology of Batman, um, and definitely I would have liked them to play that up a little bit more because unfortunately, Batman Begins. Well, fortunately, Batman Begins focuses heavy on the origin of Bruce Wayne becoming Batman. But if you look at Dark Knight, Batman and Bruce Wayne are heavily not focused upon as much as they should have been
Hmm.
compared to Harvey Dent and Joker. I mean, definitely you have to share the focus, but if you look at Bruce Wayne and Batman, he's kind of a chump, honestly, which is
Hmm.
unfortunate. I'm really hoping they'll change that in Dark Knight Rises, but I think what annoys me the most is that even in Batman's fighting and all that, he has the woman that he's loved since he was a little boy, and that woman is horribly and violently killed by the Joker, and it's not even an act of vengeance. He doesn't. He it seems like he's lost all vengeance, which is wrong because the character is supposed to be fighting the urge of vengeance. Like his whole like in the TS for those of you who remember, I am vengeance, I am justice, I am Batman. So he's supposed to balance justice and vengeance, and I didn't see it clouding his judgment. The whole idea of Joker winning was that he was supposed to be vengeful, and that's how the Joker wins. I mean, remember when he's beating the crap out of the Joker, and he's actually looks pretty scary. That was an intimidating scene. Watching the Batman beat the living crap out of Joker. That's actually probably my favorite scene because it
You
shows
have nothing to do with all your strength, nothing to do with all your
yeah
blind fury.
no yeah
That was
it's
Heath Ledger's best scene in that movie too.
that
Hmm.
without a doubt that is the best Joker scene. We should see Joker at his best, and we
Hmm.
see Batman at his worst. And what I love is
Exactly.
because I don't think there's ever been such a violent scene with Batman as that scene. And I can understand why Adam West was calling it too dark, like the Dark Knight the movie, because we see Batman in an incredibly violent. But I wanted to see that continue on even after Rachel died, and I fear that. Sorry, I don't fear. I felt that that motivation that he was depressed throughout the rest of the movie, but he wasn't angry, and he should have been angry. It seemed like the most logical way to write him in the end. I'm I was disappointed with Batman in the end of that movie. But
He really did get the short end of the stick on that movie.
Hmm.
unfortunately, Harvey Dent and Joker were fantastic though, without a
Hmm.
doubt. So are there any closing comments before we move on?
Speaking of Joker, do you ever think we'll ever see a solo Joker movie?
As much as I would love that,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. To be honest, I I'm a huge Ledger fan. I think without a doubt now, I think I like Ledger's interpretation of the Joker not only better than Burton's, also better than the comics. And Mark Hamill's The Animated Series, because the guy did more than all of them combined. And that's what's really like. I've never been afraid of the Joker as much as I've been afraid of that interpretation of the Joker. It wasn't a huge amount of fear, but the guy was scary.
Have you read have you read the graphic novel Joker?
Yes, and I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy. I have no spoilers to anyone because it's definitely worth seeing. It's underrated, and it's not as advertised as The Killing Joke, but it's definitely in the top 5, if not top 3, for
Mm-hmm.
Joker stories. I mean, the guy kills an elderly couple. He rapes. He does absolutely everything you would see as a negative, and he's okay with it. Um, it's it's definitely fantastic. But with the Ledger's Joker, I wasn't even a fan of Heath Ledger before he did this movie, but he just absolutely showed a realistic interpretation of the Joker, and it was probably my favorite out of all the interpretations of Joker, without a
Showed
doubt.
how much he could put into that role. He was a really
Mm-hmm.
good method
It,
actor.
oh, without a doubt, it's inspired me to do
Mm-hmm.
method acting, without a doubt. But just some of the things he does is just really creepy and hair raising. When I saw it with the first time on my friend's opening night, we're like, holy crap. Oh, his
Mm-hmm.
obviously the one thing that comes to mind is just we never saw the pencil magic trick scene coming.
Yeah.
There were people in my theater, and I love this. This is why I love going to the theater, is the sense of community. When you go opening night, these are the fanboys that really want to see this, and they see the pencil magic trick. There were so many people in my theater standing up clapping, fans and non-fans alike. Um, so that was even my friends who think the comics are geeky were standing up clapping because how much they love that scene.
In my
'Cause
theater,
so
it was just like a giant gasp of fear.
yeah,
Same in mine. It was just
we had
yeah.
people standing up and clapping, which is I rarely see. I've only seen that happen in Iron Man 2 with the red lasers, which was awesome and so unexpected. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely, yeah. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Joker and his interpretations and comparisons?
Hmm.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I have to say, to me, the Joker in the Dark Knight, it was as close as many will ever see to the comic book version of the Joker. I mean, he's brutal. He's is that kind of funny where you don't want to laugh, but you are.
Yeah, he
the
actually.
The only difference is he's not over the top, which he's not here. But Jordan has said that the reason why he doesn't like some interpretations of the Joker is because they're not over the top.
Honestly, I think over the top is too campy. That's the problem.
Mm, it's too over the top.
Well, that's the thing. Joker works in the comics because he can do. It's a different medium. That's the problem. And he still laughs in this, and he still
Mm,
has those moments of delight, like, I like this job, I like it. What?
mm,
But
That was a good one, Matt. You should work on those later. We have to record those.
yeah, but definitely for the most part, the guy never smiles.
mm,
I like it because if you are going to be this fucked up to do the things that he's doing, um, you wouldn't be smiling. You wouldn't be finding pleasure in all this because you can tell that the guy's acting. But with this, you actually think this is a real person that has these problems. Because Ledger is actually, sorry, not actually, he was a really nice guy.
mm.
So I don't know. It's my favorite interpretation. The the comic, yes, he's done some really awesome things before, but when you see Joker, he doesn't have that wow factor anymore, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Not as much as
Like
this movie showed.
it takes something really big and really dramatic for people to really get a reaction out of Joker from the comics now, like Grant Morrison stuff.
Yeah, definitely with Grant Morrison's current run on Batman. But look, just looking at the movie, look at all the things he did. He robbed a bank, killed all of his men, stabbed a guy in the eye with a pencil. A pencil.
and and killed him with it because it went through his
Yeah, it
brain.
went through his brain. Um,
He killed
he rigged
all
him.
the mobsters.
He rigged himself with a jacket of grenades. Um, he stabbed two guys. He pretended to be dead. Okay, we're going to spoil the Dark Knight. If you have not seen the Dark Knight, just
Shame
go.
on you.
Shame on you.
If you have not seen The Dark Knight, you must be blind.
No, blind, deaf, and dumb. Apparently, honestly, turn off this chat right now. Go down to your Blockbuster or Rogers Video. Rent. No, sorry, not even rent. Go buy it. Buy it, and then watch it 10 dozen times. Okay, so back to this. What else is
I've watched it that many times, times 10.
I know every Joker line by heart. He stabs two guys and then takes a potato peeler, slits a guy's neck, and then he breaks a cue stick, and then
Makes three guys fight each other to the death.
A gladiator fight to the death with.
Make it fast.
Honestly, and probably one of the creepiest scenes is the Brian Douglas scene, because it's first person and then it's shaky cam, and then you have that hair-raising.
That was the Nostalgia Critic pointed this out when he first saw that. He was scared shitless.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you have to imagine all the horrible things he would have done to keep that guy alive, but in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And hangs a guy, actually dresses him in costume, paints his face, the corpses of the deceased, the murdered, and blows up a judge, poisons a police commissioner.
No, not poisoned. He put acid in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was acid. That wasn't even a poison. That was acid.
Mm-hmm.
On that topic, that's such a horrible way to die. It's not even poison. Like your lungs fail and your heart fails. You're getting burned from the inside out. And moving on. What else did he do?
He blew up a hospital.
He killed the police officer with a shotgun, which is a huge surprise. It's just you see a truck and it's like, hey pal, you're gonna have to wait with everyone else. All of a sudden, bam, blows off his head. Kills a bunch of SWAT officers who drowned in the back of that truck. And kills the helicopter pilot. But he blows up a hospital. He commits people to try and kill each other. I mean, he actually, that's the thing about it, the chaos. I mean, we could go on and on. We're basically just saying all the horrible things he's done. The point is, he actually pits good people against each other. If Colton Reese isn't dead in 60 minutes, I'm going to blow up a hospital. So basically, that's what I've always loved about The Dark Knight, is that it really is a society movie. And that's what's really cool about it, is that he's actually shown people at their best and people at their worst. And it's always been interesting, because generally with superhero movies, they're not that clever. They're very, I'm going to get this one guy, and yeah, I'm just going to have a small little revenge. I'm going to be a villain for the sake of being a villain, or I have purpose and whatnot. And it doesn't really play on the society aspect. And I'm glad that Dark Knight played on the society aspect.
Again, moving outside of Dark Knight.
Yeah, let's move.
Heath Ledger as a whole. Besides us sharing the same name, Jerky Ledger and I. The Dark Knight really opened me up to seeing his other roles, like
Night Sale.
see it Night Still. It was quite enjoyable. Um,
I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, but I hear he's awesome in that too.
I saw that movie. I was kind of like,
I was
eh.
disturbed by that movie.
Well, I don't
And
even
and then by
think
the end,
disturbed by
by the end, I'm
honestly, it's just
oh
homosexuality.
god, why?
It's just homosexuality. Big deal. In this day and age, it's
Yep,
common. I have friends gay. Big deal.
yep. But like towards the end of that movie, I'm like, I'm not, I'm not gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry. But he definitely has some good roles, some
I still have to
unappreciated.
see Dr. Parnassus. Was that good, Jerky?
Yes, it was.
I saw part of it. His scenes were good, but
It's
I
not a great movie, but it's a good
it
movie.
it's very weird. You have to be in the right mood to see
Yep.
it.
Right, I'll get stoned off my ass.
That would be very good too.
All right. So,
That would be a great movie to see inebriated.
is there any other subjects we can talk about?
Right, I have one here. It's kind of a bad news, good news thing for you, Matt.
Oh.
The bad news is the Daredevil rights are still at Fox. But the
Ah.
good news is, if they don't make another Daredevil movie before the end of 2012, they automatically go back to Marvel.
Yes, I've heard about this.
So you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Well,
They're going to make a really shitty movie.
They're not gonna do it. They have too many other projects lined up. They can't do it. Daredevil's pretty much Marvel's right now.
as people probably don't know because I don't make it public enough, I suppose. I'm a huge Daredevil fan, and I've always wanted to see Daredevil go back to the Marvel universe, like the Marvel Studios universe.
And for those who don't know, Matt's middle name is Murdoch.
Yes, it is. But honestly, Fox. It would be wrong. It would be wrong for me to say that I'd want to see them have a second chance because everyone deserves a second chance. But they've had such a poor track record, and they've had some good movies too. That's the unfortunate part, is they've had good movies and bad movies, but their track record of late has been disappointing. And I really would want to see them do better, but my faith is in question with them, specifically with a character that means so much to me and was horribly experimented on by JMS, I think, was it? Sorry, what was his name? Ghost Rider as well, Chris? The
Either Matt Fraction or Daniel Way, I can't remember.
No.
No, Daniel Way did a horrible run on Ghost Rider.
No. The Ghost Rider movie. Who was the director?
Oh, Mark Stevenson, I think.
Mark Steven Johnson. He was
Yeah.
a really big fan, and he really campaigned for the Daredevil movie. And props to him for doing that. But he went about the movie in the wrong way. But it's understandable that we had never seen anything like Daredevil really that played out. I mean, we had Batman's movie.
I would say, have you seen the director's cut?
Director's cut is fantastic.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Yes, it still has the playground scene. Yes, it has a lot of scenes that were still unnecessary, but it expanded upon the movie because another problem that Fox had. They said the theatrical version had to be shorter than what it was originally going to be, and that really cut out a size of the movie. It doesn't even explain why the police are going to go get a Wilson Fisk. So I had my problems with the movie. I'm really wanting Daredevil to turn out into something fantastic, and honestly, that's my character's movie. So I want to see that turn out into something. But I'm glad people are starting to think about it, and some wheels are turning. And I really wouldn't want to wish anything bad on Fox, but I'm hoping that they'll be busy enough and that they'll find that they haven't done anything with it in years, and then they'll just move on. Not to mention, I may enjoy Jason Statham's action movies. I mean, they're good, they're fun when you're in the mood for them, but I do not want to see him as Matt Murdock. I do not care about
That would
today's
be so
hairpiece.
stupid. You have to
That,
think
that,
about Matt Murdock first before Daredevil.
anyone can be Daredevil. Anyone can be Batman. Anyone can be some people can do it. It's a lot easier to be the hero than it is to be the guy behind the mask. So
Hmm.
Jason Statham cannot be Daredevil. It's like Bob Cano has comic book. Spider Cano has movie reboot. No, and so on and so forth. It's just
Jason Statham can have Tasky.
he can have Taskmaster. He can have Bullseye. I'm all for that. That's cool.
Because they don't have really secret identities.
It's
It
not
doesn't
even
Uh,
really
that.
matter.
Denzel Washington for Taskmaster.
What I'm thinking is that I don't want to profile Jason Statham a certain way because he's done a fantastic job in his action movies, without a doubt, and he's a fantastic martial artist. Maybe not the greatest actor, but he definitely is worth the money that he gets. Um, I don't want to see him in that particular role. It's not the right decision to do. Without a doubt, in my mind.
My choice for Daredevil, Dexter.
Yes, Michael
You
C.
mean
Hall.
Michael C. Hall?
Michael C. Hall for the win. Honestly, that
Hmm.
that guy definitely has shown that he can have an awesome internal monologue.
Yeah.
Um,
Pump him up and yeah.
uh,
I wouldn't even care about his age. He'd be perfect for Daredevil.
he's he's got a. I don't like his hair, but that's nitpicking at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe if he lost some weight and gained a few pounds when it came to muscle wise,
Hmm.
then it would be okay. And maybe he could do, if he could do splicing, that'd be great. Otherwise, he can get a stunt double. But um, he looks. I don't know what his size is, but the way he's shown in Dexter is that he's big but small. That could
Hmm.
be a problem since Daredevil is lean and tall. Um, but I don't know. I'm just saying.
Conan O'Brien for Daredevil.
Uh, no. Yes,
No,
wait.
he's already the flaming sea jerky.
That's which is awesome,
Oh.
by the way, on Young Justice. But alternatives for Daredevil compared to Michael C. Hall, which is currently the majority fan favorite. People are saying Jude Law. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. People have been
He,
saying Aaron Eckhart, and solely because he played Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. I really don't want that.
He he's a lawyer. He can do it.
No, honestly, like even if they gave him some hair dye and put some glasses on him, no. I'm gonna say that's Two Face. That's Aaron Eckhart. That can't convince me. That can't fool me.
you suggested before Matt Damon.
Because
Matt
he has
Damon.
Matt Damon. Uh, so I love South Park's creators. Okay, so he can pull off a haircut, put on some glasses on him, and he could
But
have a
he probably
Joe
would do it
he
because
could
of Ben Affleck.
yeah, he probably wouldn't for that reason. He could pull off the Joe Quesada art version of Daredevil. But acting wise, yeah, he's proven himself time and time again as an actor. Fighting wise, Bourne pretty much says it all. That's all you need. That's all you need to say. Enough said. Um, I could see that working as alternatives. But we'll just have to, or there could be a complete unknown guy playing Matt Murdock, which would be awesome as well.
Hmm?
And I don't know. I have high hopes for Daredevil though, because I really he definitely is for many reasons my favorite comic book character because he suffers the most. He's the most tragic individual in the Marvel universe and in the DC universe, just in general. Um, and he's just very interesting. Honestly, there's a lot to
Hmm.
like about Daredevil, and he's not put in the spotlight enough. Unfortunately, Shadowland was a poor way of putting him in the spotlight. But anyways, I digress often.
Well, guys, we've been at this for about 2 hours or so.
Jeez.
Think we should wrap it up.
Yes,
I
let's wrap it up.
guess.
All right.
Jerky, have you been keeping track of what we've been doing?
Yes, to recap, we began with The Dark Knight Rises, or as I like to call it, Caped Crusader. Then we talked about the Spider-Man reboot costume. Then, let's just say, parodies. Then, X-Men Fist Ass. I mean, Fist Ass. Um, then the Wolverine. And then moved on to Batman and movie masks. And then we talked more about Batman, and then the Joker, Heath Ledger, and we ended in this great chat with Daredevil.
So any closing comments? I don't think we have to do a recap on our opinions on each one. I think
Mhm.
we should just have closing comments, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, Chris, what about you?
About anything?
Anything.
I can't wait for The Dark Knight Rises. Spider-Man reboot sounds okay so far. The XXX parodies I can just laugh at.
Yes.
Fist ass. Until I see a trailer, which will probably be at the Super Bowl, it can go fuck itself. 3 strikes for me. There was the C-list characters and D-list characters in the original costumes. That's strike 1. Strike 2, the continuity errors with Beast, Emma Frost, because they had her in Wolverine. And strike 3, Matthew Vaughn compared it to Twilight.
Oh God. Okay,
Those
that's
are just-
definitely 3 strikes.
Yeah.
And I just really want to see it go back to Marvel if it fails.
Alright, your thoughts on Wolverine?
Wolverine, it sounds pretty good though.
Like, it actually sounds really promising, especially where it's come from.
Darren Aronofsky pretty much being rebooted.
Ninjas! I cannot wait for him to have ninjutsu training. That's gonna be awesome. If they don't do that, I'm going to be seriously pissed. I really am.
Or if they don't have Silver Samurai.
The hand needs to be introduced.
Yes.
Sorry, not even introduced. Because it was introduced in Elektra, which was I'm not even going into Elektra. The point is the hand was introduced in Elektra, and it got a shitty interpretation. I want to see them train Wolverine.
And those rights probably went to Marvel a long time ago.
No, they go to Marvel with the Daredevil rights, because Daredevil had like a cameo in Elektra, right?
Wait, no. Oh, no way. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, actually, Elektra owns the rights to the hand. So Fox owns the right to the hand. Fuck.
Crap.
The hand is so important to Daredevil. And Wolverine. And, it gets, okay, let's continue on.
No.
The point is that's
No.
that's disappointing.
Matt, they can still do it.
You can't.
They can't say the hand.
Yeah, but that's like not calling.
That's Baraka pulling it then. Sort of.
No, it's not.
That's not calling Venom Venom. That's just calling him Eddie Brock wearing
Blob
the
monster.
symbiote.
I think it can work still.
But I guess it's fine. I mean, they said in Batman Begins the League of Assassins instead of the League of Shadows.
The Shadows instead of Assassins.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So that's okay.
That could work maybe.
The foot.
Then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come out of nowhere.
Lawsuit.
And they start chopping people up. But
like the original graphic novel, not this kid show.
Oh my God, I want.
Check out Vice GT's channel for that.
Yes, he's making really cool stuff. I'm sorry, motion comic.
Yeah. Shh. That's all we're going to say. No, but as far as the hand's concerned with Wolverine, what they could do is they could just have the hand be referred to as a Japanese name, which means hand.
Oh, that works.
That could work.
Yeah.
That'd be sly. Pretty sly.
Sense.
For me to have my closing comments,
Yep.
um, as I say, I'm looking forward to the lot of topics that we had here that can continue on. And lastly, I guess I'll say, Jerky Ledger, rest in
Rest in
peace. You
peace,
were
Jerky
great.
Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Jerky, your real name is Heath?
No,
Okay. I was just gonna say that's badass, but okay.
then yes.
You're
Okay.
badass, Jerky.
I know.
I know it. I don't need to be told it. Let's see. Okay, so for me, closing comments. Um, honestly, looking forward to Dark Knight Rises. Apart from the other millions of fans, it's there's no end to their comments. Spider-Man reboot. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I don't feel betrayed in the slightest at this reboot. Um,
Mhm.
I am completely have an open mind, positive attitude. There's nothing really that has been justifying frick the reboot, because people are cynical and they don't accept change, which is really poor on their parts. So
We're looking at you, comicbookmovie.com.
we're looking straight at you, even though it is an awesome website
I
and you
could
should.
give some names out, but I don't
In,
feel like
and
giving names out.
in
but
the
but
words of my, in the words of my lovely lady, can you feel me? Can you feel me glaring at you right now? I
um
hope you can.
but it's a fantastic website, just to put that out there. And okay, so the parodies, I think they're strange, weird. Uh,
Mm.
they're kind of, they're for the people that have fetishes. They've always wanted to jerk off to, I don't know, Batman having sex with Catwoman, very detailed in costume. I guess it's for those people. It's okay.
It's
They can
okay
they
until they
they
make
they
a Transformers
they,
one.
they can go to their therapist and say they have a sex addiction.
There's motor oil over everything.
Um, X Men Fist Ass, First Class. Um, I I haven't really felt that X Men was portrayed as well as it could have been. I still like the idea of them being in the '60s during the time of Martin Luther King. So we'll see. I'll keep an open mind. I don't expect it to be amazing, but I'll expect it to be okay. Um, Wolverine, it'll be awesome. I have complete faith that they're going to do an awesome Japanese interpretation of the character. Batman in general, just when we were talking about that, I thought Batman Begins and Dark Knight were awesome. A Joker, as I've said, I was a huge fan. Heath Ledger, rest in peace, had awesome stuff. Um,
With an awesome crow.
yeah, and Daredevil. Like I said, he's my favorite comic book character. So I really, honestly hope that he can get the movie that he deserves, the movie that he
Hmm.
honestly deserves from Marvel Studios, and we can see him really shine compared to other comic book heroes. Okay, so this is JMC, and this is Chris, Jerky, and Matt, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Adios, everybody.
We out this